Hey community, we're back and I'm Brandy B, the Community NP.
And I'm Brandy G, the Community NP.
And together we are
B&B The Community NPs. So welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been a while since we taped.
Yeah.
It's been, about 2 months?
Yes.
So we took the holidays off and we took some time in January just to try to regroup for 2022.
Did some planning and here we are.
Yes. I'm liking your red today.
Why are we wearing red?
You tell me.
Well, because it's February and it's National Heart Month.
Yes.
So we're representing.
Yes. Go Red. We have a Go Red campaign.
Yeah, so on February 4th is
Yes.
National Wear Red Day.
Yes, everybody wears red to bring awareness of cardiovascular disease or heart disease.
Right.
Okay, so that's why we're wearing red. But also, Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
So we have to do something special for Black History Month
Yes.
for our viewers.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Y'all tell us what y'all want us to do. Y'all gotta hurry up and tell us now.
Yep.
The month goes by really fast.
Okay, because we only got 28 days.
Yes. Okay. So what we're gonna talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about cardiovascular disease in general. So it's a broad term and it kind of includes a lot of different things. So we're just going to we're going to summarize it for you.
Okay, so when you say cardiovascular disease, we also can call it heart disease.
Yes.
Because cardiovascular may be a little long for some people.
Yeah.
So heart disease, okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna just give them, like you said, a summary of it, and then we have already broken down like different parts of it, but we'll come back to that.
Yes.
Okay?
And then if there's any cardiovascular / heart disease topics that you guys want to hear about, then you can just let us know.
Yes. Okay, all right.
So in general, what is cardiovascular disease?
So when I think about cardiovascular disease, I think about many different types of heart disease, okay? So it encompasses heart attacks, strokes, coronary artery disease, hypertension. So it can be many different, so think about it, heart disease, any type of disease of the heart can be considered cardiovascular disease or heart disease, okay? So one of the most common ones is, in the United States, is coronary artery disease, CAD. So
what is that?
So basically, coronary artery disease is when the artery is blocked, the artery that goes to the heart, you have some type of blockage and you can't get blood flow to the heart. So when you can't get blood flow to the heart, guess what? You have a heart attack.
So have we done
I
a
think we
video
have. I
on
think we
on
have.
heart attacks? Man,
Yeah, we have.
we've
I
done
know we have.
Yeah, we've done so many. So
Yes.
we'll just link that video so you guys can click on it and check it out.
So let's talk about some facts of heart disease.
So it's the leading cause of death of men and women and people of most racial and ethnic groups in the United States.
So yes, and that's the number one cause of death in the United States is coronary heart disease.
And so one person dies every 36 seconds.
That's a lot of people.
Every 36 seconds, someone dies from cardiovascular disease in the United States.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is 30. I mean, we probably will be here for, 10 minutes, and in that time,
It was 36 days.
it's gonna be at least 10 deaths.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That's scary. Yeah. About 659,000 people in the United States die from heart disease each year. So every 1 in 4 deaths.
It's usually from cardiovascular disease.
Yes.
So out of 4 people who may die, one of them is usually from cardiovascular disease. So that's a high alarming number of people.
And the crazy thing is about cardiovascular heart disease is most of the conditions are preventable.
Yes.
So, I always talk about how prevention is the best medicine.
Yes.
It's because it is. Like most heart disease can be prevented.
Yeah.
So we'll go into that later.
Yes. Okay. So the thing is that in the United States, we spend billions of dollars every year treating heart disease, and it's like medications, hospitalizations, ER visits, even loss of income because you can't work.
Right.
So billions of dollars are spent treating heart disease. Wouldn't we like to see those billions of dollars go into like exercise programs, smoking cessation programs?
Prevention.
Yeah, prevention. So that would be really good. All right, so as we said, coronary artery disease is the number one cause of heart disease in the United States. And in 2019, over 360,000 people died from coronary artery disease.
Oh my gosh.
So, that can lead to a heart attack. So that's people who have massive heart attacks and stuff like that. They're included in that number.
Yeah.
This was alarming to me. It says about 18.2 million adults ages 20 and older have CAD, coronary artery disease. So that tells me it's not
18.2 million.
20 years, 20 and older. So it's not an old person's disease. So you don't have to be 65 and older to have coronary artery disease.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times, right, it's what we eat.
And being sedentary.
Yeah, not moving around.
Yep.
And drinking.
Yep.
Alcohol. And sugary drinks. Like, no, really. Like,
fried foods.
because when I think about heart disease, I used to think about older people, like my grandmother, my grandfather. But now, people our age, even younger, can have coronary artery disease or heart disease in general.
Because I guess heart attacks, like young people are having heart attacks. Young people are dying from like massive heart attacks.
And I know you see a lot of kids, and I know that you see some of your kids see obese. So that predisposes them for heart disease.
And I'm always preaching to them, and also to the parents, because most of the time it's not the kids that cook. It's not the, and I know in today's society, it's easy to stop and get fast food. It's cheap, and convenient.
It is.
And so I get it. I do, because I have kids, and I don't always have time to sit down and cook a meal. But you just got to learn to select like the healthier options. They probably won't like it initially, but they'll get used to it.
True. Let's see. It says about 2 in 10 deaths from coronary artery disease happens in adults less than 65, like we just said. So 2 in 10 deaths is people less than 65. So older people are not the only ones dying from it.
So it's like, say there's 10 people that die. At least 2 of them are
less than 65.
Less than 65.
They're younger.
Yeah.
So it's not just
so
an old
that
person
could be
disease.
20 up to 64.
Yes.
I think it's sad, the number of people that we see and the age of people that we see.
No. Even when I notice, like, even when we do diagnose somebody with coronary artery disease or heart disease in general, a lot of times they don't take, I have a lot of patients who are not compliant with medication. They don't take their medications. Even though they have it, it also can be controlled. Yeah. If you have it, some of it can be controlled. So just with, taking your medications as prescribed until you're able to either diet, exercise, or so.
And all that together.
Yes.
Like exercise, eat healthy, take your medicine. And if you don't know how to eat healthy, talk to your primary care provider. Like, hey, you think you could refer me to like a dietitian or nutritionist? We're gonna have to bring in our dietitian and let her talk about some healthy food options.
And Google it.
Yeah.
Because everybody Googling everything else.
Y'all be out there on the
Google
internet.
and tell me what I need to be prescribing. So Google, for real. I need this, Brandy. Okay.
Google said I need some cholesterol medicine.
So all right. So let's talk about one of the other, I guess, most common heart disease or cardiovascular disease.
Heart attacks.
Yes.
So a heart attack in the United States happens every 40 seconds.
Oh, that's a lot of heart attacks.
It is. So again, that's like 10 people will have a heart attack in the time it takes us to record this video. 10 plus.
Y'all, we gotta prevent this.
Yes.
We have to. All right. So every year, about over 800,000 people
experience a heart attack. Yeah.
All right. And so of these people, you have people who have new heart attacks, recurring heart attacks, and people who die from a heart attack.
So if you have one heart attack and you survive, that's a miracle.
Yes.
So go ahead and do the things to prevent yourself from having another heart attack.
Yes.
Listen to your primary care provider or your cardiologist, whoever is managing your health. So when they say exercise, it's not just because it's trendy, it's because it really helps.
Another thing with heart disease in general, a lot of times you start having symptoms when it's bad. Like a lot of times that, it's occurring, but you have no clue. But when it gets really bad, it's when you start to become more symptomatic. Yeah. So it can be, like they say, a silent killer. Yeah. Okay.
And so I have a story. So my dad, one day, he was in the yard and he started having chest pain. Well, anyways, at that time, he had a heart attack. But when he went to be evaluated, his doctor was like, well, there's signs that you've had multiple heart attacks in the past. And he's like, what? I've never really had symptoms that I noticed that made me want to go to the hospital. So,
Wow.
get your checkups.
Yeah.
Especially if you do things like smoke or you're sedentary. Don't just assume that you're healthy because you feel okay.
True.
Things can be going on.
True. So, Brandon, tell us some risk factors for heart disease or cardiovascular disease. Some risk factors.
Having high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, being sedentary.
Okay. Diabetes.
Yeah. Being obese.
Okay.
What else?
Let's see. You said everything. Man. Physical inactivity, drinking alcohol. So that's some of the risk factors for heart disease. So if that's the risk factors, how can we prevent heart disease from occurring?
Well, controlling your blood pressure,
Okay.
managing or preventing diabetes, exercising, of course. So how much exercise?
I say every day.
At least how long?
45 minutes or more.
What type of exercises can they do?
I want them to do some type of moderate physical activity. I want them to get the heart rate up. So when you're telling me you walking to your kitchen and back, that's not exercising. No, if you're walking around a block, a brisk walk around a block, that's something that's getting your heart rate up. I consider that exercise.
Yes.
I have people say I go to the grocery store, I walk from the back of the store, from the parking lot to the store. That's my exercise for the day.
Or I walk at work.
Yeah.
You don't walk enough at work for it to be considered exercise, because unless you're walking laps.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're walking to one spot, stop and doing something, that's not considered exercise. You want to get your heart rate up, like Brandy said, get a glazed donut look. So
Yes.
perspire.
Yes.
Break a sweat.
Yes. If you smoke, like you said, you want to stop smoking. And there's several different programs to help stop smoking. What else? Exercise, smoking.
Cut back on fried foods. Fast food has a lot of fat in it, which raises your cholesterol.
Yes.
Dairy products, red meats.
Oh,
yeah.
Everything I like.
Sorry, gots to go.
Everything I like. Dairy products, red meat. I love cheese. I don't say I love milk, but I like milk and cookies.
Yeah, eggs. If you eat eggs.
I like eggs. I probably eat like an egg every morning.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what's your cholesterol?
I don't know. You're my primary care provider, so.
We better check it.
Yes.
No, but if you eat like 3-4 eggs a day, you definitely want to cut back.
Okay,
Switch to either almond milk, oat milk, or cashew milk, low fat.
She like all that stuff.
I do.
I like almond milk.
Do you? I like cashew milk because it's kind of thick.
Okay.
And oat milk, they have this extra creamy oat milk.
Okay.
And I put it in my coffee instead of using like a
dairy.
Dairy product.
Okay.
It's good. You should try it.
I'm going to try it.
I'll bring you some.
Now, I like the cashew cheese.
Do you? Yeah.
Remember you bought me some nachos and they made the cheese out of cashew?
Yeah.
I like that.
That is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I think that those are the primary things that you can do to help lower your risk for developing heart disease.
And this year, I'm going to work on it. So I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to drink less. I don't smoke. And I'm just going to be more active. I'm going to work on lowering my risk for heart disease. So I want you guys to join me on lowering your risk for heart disease.
Me too. Join me.
Yeah.
Join us.
Yes. Yes, really. Because when you think about it, it's like we saying it, but I'm saying in my mind, you can really work on lowering your risk. It's something that's doable.
Yeah.
So.
And there's always room for improvement. Even if you're skinny people, I'm telling you, I told you a story about my dad. My dad was skinny.
Yeah, he was a tall, thin man.
Yeah. And he had heart problems. So he didn't look like it, but
true.
Skinny people get checked.
Okay. Well, I think that was a good overview for cardiovascular disease / heart disease.
Yes.
When I read to represent.
And then, so what's any news regarding B&B?
So, as you guys know, we did start a practice.
Yes.
B&B The Community NPs, Community Impact Center is the name of the practice. So we're seeing patients virtually, and we're doing telehealth visits. So virtually in the state of Texas, telehealth visits in the DFW Metroplex area.
Yeah.
And they can go on our website, thecommunitynps.org, to book an appointment. We have morning appointments and afternoon appointments.
And then, we're all about the community.
Yes.
So we recently partnered with a homeless shelter to see their patients and just you know, help them in their transition to an overall, I guess, better life, you know, because they need help with housing, but also their health or, you know.
Yeah. So and that's been very, like, you know, fulfilling and rewarding to help that homeless population.
Yeah.
So you guys, you can always donate to us on our website if you want to do a donation for a visit, or just if you want to just buy a pair of socks for one of the homeless patients, just anything.
Because whatever money we get, you know, it helps us to be able to provide care for them. So medical supplies.
Yes.
These people, some of them don't have insurance, so we can help them get their medications.
Yes. Just blood pressure cuffs, like you say,
glucometers, Band-Aids.
Yes.
I mean, like the little things that you think are little, these people don't have. So
hand sanitizer, just stuff like that.
Yeah. So anything you want to donate, we will appreciate, and so will they. They are very appreciative.
They are.
They're grateful for like the little things. Like we feel like, oh, it's not major. I don't mind. I don't mind coming to see you.
Yeah.
And they're like about to cry.
Right. They'd be excited that we come and see them.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I'd be like, okay, this is what I do every day, all day.
Yeah.
So it's really nothing for me to get up and do, but they'd be so excited. Yeah. And I guess I had to take a step back and tell myself, you know, y'all are doing something good. Mm-hmm. Y'all taking y'all time to go into just to help somebody else. Yeah. So that is so.
It's rewarding.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So, of course, disclosure. This information is for educational purposes only, to share with your family and friends. It does not replace your primary care provider. No. Period. It does not.
And if you need a primary care provider,
what can they do?
They can contact us, go on our website, book an appointment. We are at thecommunitynps.org, and then just book appointment. You can see our lovely faces. No, but yeah. So why do we do this?
Because community is our beauty.